Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to give you my thoughts on Arthur the King, starring Mark Wahlberg. I actually seen this about a week ago. Just life, it sort of got, shuffled, but it was still very much a priority for me to talk about it. I'm a big fan of Mark Wahlberg. He's one of my favorite actors out there. And Arthur the King is something I've been keen on seeing since it was announced. And I gotta say, I enjoyed it a lot. It sort of acts as this, I don't know if like I don't know all the terms exactly, but cross country, like sports, competitive race, that Mark Wahlberg and a few others sort of live for, kind of the thrill seekers, the competitiveness of it and stuff like that. So Mark Wahlberg's character sort of has this real, somewhat selfish, but innate drive to, do these things. And, he marries someone who, shared that life with him, and now they have a kid and everything. But it's just kind of nagging at him that he hasn't, completed, completed in first place yet. So he kind of gets some people who he, worked together on him in the past, including Simu Liu, who I know I'm mispronouncing his name, but Shazam, not Shazam, my God. I mean, Shang-Chi, excuse me, deeply. And she is very much like a social media influencer. He has built like a whole brand for himself on, clicks on Instagram and, likes and stuff like that. So they do this one more big one, in the movie. It's in Costa Rica. So there's, of course, running, it's, kayaking, etc. So just me being kind of like a sucker for outdoors movies, it was pretty fun on that end. It is a little, I don't know if I want to say slow, but, it does sort of take its time in the first, 45 minutes or so, but I thought it was still paced pretty appropriately. And meanwhile, we see this dog who's sort of, seemingly left on his own, and he ends up just sort of taking interest in Mark Wahlberg and his group, and ends up following him, and he keeps following him, and he seems insistent on, essentially completing the thing with him. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. The dog, of course, is the selling point. Him and Mark Wahlberg's dynamic, I think, is done really nicely. Mark Wahlberg does a great job. It kind of tugs on the heartstrings you're probably expecting with these sorts of movies. And, if you're sensitive to animals being, or dogs especially being in like pain or jeopardy, it sort of, plays on that sensitivity a little bit, to which I am someone like that. But it's never done in like an exploitation way or anything. It's just very natural given the story. And I thought it was pretty effective and pretty, realistic in portraying that as it could have been. But yeah, it pulls on the heart a little bit, and I think it's going to be one of the higher movies for me this year. I liked it quite a bit. If I had to rate it, I'm giving it like a B+, A-, somewhere in there. It's not like one of the greatest movies I've ever seen necessarily, but it did exactly what I was hoping it would do. And yeah, definitely recommend checking it out. Follow me on Instagram and on here, of course, Twitter, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.